I'm Sofie.
And I'm Rettig, and as was just mentioned, we're artists and educators, and we teach at Massachusetts College of Art, Emmanuel, and I also run the MFA program over at MassArt, the Dynamic Media Institute, and we're here today because we love AR art. So really quickly, today we're gonna talk to you about AR in the gallery, right? Our failures, our takeaways, our successes, our tips, and our very quick wish list for the future.
Cool.
So last week I was in Europe, Paris and London, and there was AR everywhere. On the Eurostar, in the museums, for kids, for adults, and it should be, right? It belongs in these museums, and it's getting a lot of hype right now. It's not new, it's just it's finally cusping, right? So we wanted to put together a few examples of what AR looks like in the museum. So this is Tamiko Teal's, this is up at Whitney now. You download an app, you hold it up, you can see Manhattan underwater in this trash-filled environment. This is Navajo photographer Will Wilson.
To kind of give voice to the photographs. So you can scan these still images and they come to life and they talk to you.
I was fortunate to grow up with my grandmother.
Here we have French artists Adrienne M. and Claire B. And finally, drop January 8th. Brings the exhibit to like 11 cities right into the living room.
So, we are so excited about AR in the gallery that we went out and said, we're gonna do this. We're interactive artists, we can do this. Our first installation we did this past summer, and it was, we created this augmented selfie. So we're really into, as artists, bridging the gap between analog and digital. So we took these vintage Polaroids, and we allowed users to, in a browser-based interaction, I'm gonna talk about that in a second, we allowed them to upload a very quick 5-second video selfie. And that selfie would appear in these Polaroids, right? And they could see the selfies of other people. It was really important to us that we didn't make users download an app and take up that precious space on their phone. So we made a browser-based experience in A-Frame and JS.
And when it worked, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
When it worked.
We didn't hear her voice, it's okay.
But
so the big problem, it was up for 2 months, and at the end of 2 months, we had like 15 contributions. We were there opening night, and we saw the people that got it to work, it was awesome. For the people that didn't, it was a huge failure, right? The whole experience stopped before they even got to experience it because the tech isn't there yet. So number one, they were not prepared to use their phone. We were the only interactive installation in the gallery. Everything else was traditional media. They weren't ready. Our signage didn't prepare them. 2, old operating systems. We tested this. We tested it a lot. We know how to do this. A-Frame's great. It's surprising how many people's browsers did not support it. Dead batteries, dead batteries, dead batteries, dead batteries. Oh my God, dead batteries. Spotty service. If it's browser-based, you need to have a cellular reception, right? If you were on T-Mobile, done. It was an old brick building, did not have reception. AT&T, this much. Verizon, we were in luck. So we put in a hotspot. We were prepared. No one could type the password in right. You were dead in the water before the show even started.
So we had to try again. This October, we showed The Pursuit of Happiness in the gallery.
It's morning again in America. Today, more men and women will go to work than ever before in our country's history.
So we letterpressed about 70 presidential campaign slogans dating back about 200 years. And we took 20 of those posters and we added an AR component to them.
And I'll tell you, this show, as an interactive artist, I've done other installations, it was a success, and it was a success for me because by the end of the night, we had people that were 7 years old and 70 years old that had what we had watched interact with the show, and not once did anyone say, how do I do it? If you've ever done any interactive work, they always ask you, how do we do it? So we're here to share with you what we think helped make it work. And this is what helped make it work. Right now, today, January 14th, 2019. It's gonna change, right? That's why we have a wish list for the future. But we went with an app. We used Artivive. It works seamlessly across Android and Apple. It saved us. It saved us. So we were no longer browser dependent.
We hyped it up, right? So we've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that people still don't know what AR is, right? This is really true in the gallery. And we handed out postcards with instructions on how to use Artivive, to download Artivive, and that had an AR experience right on them. It's a video that will play. And so that prepped people. So when they came into the gallery, they knew what to expect, right? We also had signage on every wall, signage that told you how to download and use Artivive to turn up your volume and to indicate which pieces were actually AR enhanced. But even before that, we considered that there needed to be a visual system to let you know, right, which of these had the AR component. So the big colorful ones, those have AR, black and white don't.
Charging stations. We put in charging stations. The show was open on first Fridays in October. People came back to our gallery to charge their phones and interact a little more. It was probably the biggest hit of the evening. It kept people in our gallery all night long. Audio. This is something that, one, lets the user know that the experience has initiated, right? They don't know what AR is. They hear a sound, stuff starts moving. It's working, it's working. Two, community. Anyone else dancing in their seats when David Bowie came on? A little bit, maybe we were just the only ones. It creates a sense of community with that sound. Three, AR not just for AR, right? What can AR do for our traditional print media? A letterpress poster cannot have movement, it cannot have sound. Stuff, guys.
That's a real slogan. We also varied our content, right? So it kept people interested. We had old campaign videos. We used original illustrations, and we animated the type. Like every poster was different. And finally, we knew we weren't going to get everyone to download Artivive. You could experience that exhibition without the AR. Like you could walk into the gallery, appreciate the letterpress prints, get the slogans that they're offensive and humorous, and walk out fulfilled.
And we are right on time. 30 seconds left for our wish list. All right, our wish list. No app downloads. We all know space on your phone is precious. No one's willing to do that, so no app downloads. No drained batteries. I don't know if that means wireless charging once people adapt new phones. I don't know what that answer is. Better batteries? I don't know. And then no phones, right?
Yeah.
One day I want people looking at our interactive art without phones. I want it to be augmented without a phone. You guys come up with the answer. We'll just design it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.